The legendary W12 engine is gone. Bentley has officially replaced the heart of its ultimate SUV. This is the 2026 Bentayga Speed, and it now has a 641 horsepower V8. It's lighter, it's louder, especially with the new optional titanium exhaust, and it now has all-wheel steering. It's clearly built to be a driver's car. But in the chase for raw performance, has Bentley sacrificed the one thing that made the Bentayga special? That silent, effortless, long-range comfort? We're about to find out if this is a true upgrade or if the prestige is gone. For nearly a decade, the Bentley Bentayga has been the benchmark. It's the SUV that proved you could blend genuine off-road capability with the handcrafted luxury of a private jet. It essentially created the ultra-luxury SUV segment that everyone else, from Rolls-Royce to Ferrari, has been trying to catch up with. At the very top of that lineup was always the Speed, the pinnacle of performance, defined by its massive, turbine-smooth W12 engine. It was the ultimate expression of effortless, continent-crossing power. Well, for 2026, that's all changed. This is the new Bentayga Speed. The W12 is gone, replaced by a lighter, more powerful, and much more aggressive 640 horsepower V8. This isn't just an engine swap, it's a fundamental shift in philosophy. In a crowded US market, facing down the raw aggression of the Lamborghini Urus and the sharp handling of the Aston Martin DBX 707, Bentley is making a clear statement. This new Speed isn't just about prestige anymore. It's here to fight. It's aimed squarely at the owner who wants one car to do it all: supercar-shaming acceleration and first-class, long-range comfort. But that brings us back to our big question. By making the Bentayga a sharper, louder, and more aggressive performance machine, have they compromised the very Bentleyness, that flawless build quality and serene ride that defined it? We're about to find out. Let's dig in. So, how do you visually separate the new Speed from the standard Bentayga? Bentley has gone for a dark, menacing look. All the exterior chrome, the grille, the window surrounds, the light bezels is blacked out. The headlights and taillights are dark tinted. And for the first time, you can get massive, 23-inch wheels straight from the factory, which are necessary to house the enormous optional carbon ceramic brakes. It's less country club and more super SUV. But then, you open the door. And this is where the real Bentley experience lives. The build quality is simply flawless. You're surrounded by handcrafted diamond-quilted leather, real metal, and gorgeous wood veneers. The ergonomics are perfect. Every switch and knob has that signature, weighted, organ stop feel. There are no ergonomic quirks here, just pure, long-range comfort. The seats are infinitely adjustable and, of course, offer heating, ventilation, and massage. It's still one of the most luxurious, commanding, and comfortable driver's seats on the market. The technology is perfectly integrated. You have a crisp digital driver's display and a 10.9-inch central touchscreen that's fast, responsive, and has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But Bentley knows its audience. There are still physical buttons for your climate, control, and volume. You don't have to hunt through menus. And for the true audiophile, the optional 20-speaker Naim sound system is basically a concert hall on wheels. But the biggest changes are the ones you can't see. That 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 produces 641 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. It launches this 5,500-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in just 3.4 seconds, and it won't stop pulling until 193 miles per hour. And to manage all that power, the chassis now has two new secret weapons. First, all-wheel steering. At low speeds, the rear wheels turn the opposite way, making this huge SUV feel as nimble as a small sedan in a parking lot. At high speeds, they turn with the front wheels, making lane changes incredibly stable. Second, the 48-volt active anti-roll system, which physically counteracts body roll to keep the car perfectly flat through fast corners. But the most surprising new feature? The one that screams, "This isn't your grandfather's Bentley?" It's the optional Akrapovič titanium exhaust. It doesn't just make it louder, it gives this V8 a snarling, crackling, supercar-like personality. It all sounds incredible on paper, but with a starting price of around $280,000, before you even look at the options list, the real question is how it all feels. When you're a challenging back road, I've put the drive mode selector into sport, and wow. The first thing that hits you isn't the power, it's the sound. That optional titanium Akrapovič exhaust is an absolute must-have. It's not just loud, it's a deep, thundering V8 roar that crackles and pops on the downshifts. It sounds less like a Bentley and more like a high-strung supercar. It's a complete transformation of the car's character. But the sound is just the opening act. The handling is the real shock. This is a 5,500-pound luxury bank vault. It should not be able to do this. You turn the wheel, and the all-wheel steering just pivots the car instantly. The 48-volt active anti-roll bars hold the body completely, unnaturally flat. There's no lean, no wallowing, just immense grip as it claws its way out of the corner. The sheer physics of it are baffling. As a performance SUV, it is a staggering achievement. But here is the turning point. This is the moment I was worried about. I'm switching it back into comfort mode. The exhaust goes silent, the suspension softens, and it's not the same. It's still incredibly quiet and comfortable, but that ultimate glass-smooth magic carpet ride of the old W12, that feeling of being completely isolated from the road, it's been compromised. You feel the road just a little bit more, a trade-off for those massive 23-inch wheels and the stiffer chassis. The old Speed was a luxury liner that just happened to be fast. This is a high-performance athlete full-time. Bentley has made a choice. They've picked a side. And that brings us to the most difficult question of all. So, to answer our original question, has Bentley sacrificed prestige for performance? Number. They have redefined it. The 2026 Bentayga Speed is an absolute triumph of engineering. As a pure, high-performance driver's SUV, it is a staggering improvement over the old W12. The explosive V8, the physics-defying handling from the all-wheel steering, and that magnificent titanium exhaust note give it a fiery character, a soul, that the W12, for all its grace, simply never had. But here's the final verdict. This car is for the buyer who was cross-shopping the Lamborghini Urus Performante or the Aston Martin DBX 707, but was left cold by their interiors. This is for the person who wants that raw, aggressive sound and razor-sharp handling, but demands it be wrapped in a cabin of flawless, handcrafted quality. However, if your definition of a Bentley is that silent, effortless, magic carpet ride, that feeling of being completely isolated in a rolling bank vault, this new model has lost a fraction of that magic. For that buyer, a pristine, late-model W12 Speed is now the true collector's item for ultimate, long-range comfort. In a crowded US market, Bentley had to prove it could fight, not just waft. The new Bentayga Speed is a loud, clear, and very fast statement that they can beat the performance brands at their own game. But now, the choice is yours. Which philosophy do you prefer? The new school, high-strung V8 athlete, or the old school, turbine-smooth W12 luxury liner? Let me know your pick in the comments below. If this review helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe to Autaxa to join our community of discerning drivers. Thanks for watching.